What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, shares, donations. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love, Leo. Whether we're in love, looking for love, this one's for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Just feeling lovely, just good vibrations all around here, Leo. Now, with this spread, I'm going to be pulling 9 cards, and I will be doing clarifications as need be, and of course, a good old surprise card at the end, Leo, so don't you worry. And in case y'all were curious, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot deck, and I've included a link for this deck and other decks that I like using down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Leo. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here, which is going to be What They Are Like. You know, this is my personal favorite. Why? I'm not sure, but just exciting. You know, any kind of new love experience is always really exciting. So, Higher Self, what is this person going to be like for Leo? Look at that. I'm already all giddy in love. We haven't even met this person yet, Leo, but, you know, typical Cancer. Oh, dope. You know what? I'm with that. You got the 7 of Swords in reverse here, Leo. So this person here, I like that, because the 7 of Swords normally is a card of trickery, deception, you know, cunning and all that stuff here. But I feel like this is going to be a very honest person. You know, that's with it being in reverse. I feel like this is going to be someone who's going to be very forthright with you. You know, that type is not. I feel like that's not going to let just like things kind of fester, you know, like if we got a problem, we're going to deal with it, Leo, and not like a bad thing or anything like that, but we're going to be able to hash this out like adults here. You know, I feel like this is a person who's just no nonsense. You know, we're not about playing any kind of games, you know, they just yeah, let's just speak our truths here, you know. And this could be very, you know, could potentially be, just because I'm thinking of the swords have to deal with energy, the swords have to deal with air signs here. So, you know, I feel like this person, you know, could be very, very kind of matter of fact, you know, very, very direct in their delivery here. Because I think too, or when I think about this energy, this is Aquarius energy here. You know, I feel like Aquarius, you know, they tend to be more kind of direct, you know, very, very straightforward here, you know, maybe borderline blunt. But, you know, I feel like could be what you need, Leo. You know, maybe this is someone who's, look at that. See, you see, this is my favorite part here. I can do the whole reading based off the one card here. But let's, you know what, before we move on to there, I feel like, let's get a little extra nugget in there, because I feel like there might be a little something else in there, Leo. Higher Self, can we clarify the 7 of Swords, please? Yeah, let's get a little bit more on that, Leo. Oh, interesting. You got the World in reverse here, Leo. And so, you know, I feel like maybe the reason this person is could be this way, you know, maybe maybe they're more so direct in all of this stuff here. Maybe because they've had some maybe bad luck in the past with some relationships here. Because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse could be a card of bad luck. You know, could be, you know, maybe things haven't been going right. You know, maybe just where we're trying to manifest here. But, you know, maybe this person has kind of dealt with some liars, cheaters, you know, all of that along the way. And I will say too, Leo, just before we move on here, you know, because I get where, you know, if we've been wronged in the past, you know, like I'm speaking for this person here, you know, we might want to be cautious. But Leo, for you, whether we're in a relationship or, you know, we're getting to something new here, keep in mind that if this person is, you know, kind of operating from a hurt place, and they got you to where it's one thing to have, like, you know, you have like your lines that you don't cross, your expectations, you know, it's like, listen, I won't tolerate blah blah blah, like, you know, cheating, this, that, you know, whatever what that may be. You know, I feel like that's one thing. But if we got this person where they're like, Leo, I've been wronged in the past, so I'm going to need you to A through Z before we can move forward here. You know, Leo, I can't tell you what to do. You're in a safe space, and I'm gonna be along with you in this journey along the way here. But that's not personally my jam, because I feel like, if you got someone who's trying to get you do all this stuff here, well, then it's like, what are you doing for me here? I was like, okay, well then, if we're gonna play a checklist game, and then you see where we're coming off here, we're starting off on the wrong foot. We're coming at each other. That's not the way to go. There's a difference between knowing what you want and being a tyrant about it. So just kind of keep that in mind, Leo, when we're dealing with energies like this. And I don't know if I mentioned, keep in mind this isn't a gender specific reading here. We're just working with the energies, Leo. But let's get to your second card here, which is going to be how you'll meet. So higher self. Oh, okay. Whew. Maybe when we can shuffle. Higher self. How will Leo meet this person? Let's see where the energies need to be at for these two to meet. Let's see what's going on with that, Leo. Nice. I'll tell you what. You got the Hierophant here, and I like that. The Hierophant has been popping up a lot for these readings here, and I feel like it's going to be how you're going to meet. I feel like it's when... And I know how this is going to sound, Leo, but I feel like it's when you make that connection that you want love, and then your actions follow through to that. Because it's one thing to, and what I mean by that, because the Hierophant can be a card of like connections here. And when I think of connections, I think about like that law of attraction, because the Hierophant is like the male counterpart to the High Priestess here. She's very, very intuitive, super wise, divine wisdom, just steeped in it. But I feel like it's one of those things that if we're trying to manifest love, or trying to get to this place, and honestly, this is for both people here. If we're at this place, let's say, for example, because this energy could be you too, Leo. Maybe we're in this place and maybe we've been wronged, maybe we haven't been having a bad streak here. It's about finding out where you need to make space. If we say we want love, but we're just like sitting in our apartment, or like sitting at a park. It's like okay, for example, here's a good example. It's like if you, let's say, for like, when I think about this situation, when you want love and you're trying to manifest and you're trying to go out and get it, it's like the waiter in the restaurant waiting to be discovered, waiting for that person to just kind of fall into place here, and not even having like a script ready, not having anything, you know what I mean? It's going to be where we have to want it, and then we got to follow through on that here, because if we're just like, again, sitting in our apartment, maybe we're swiping right, left, whatever you do. And we're not, but maybe we're not following through, then of course you're not going to meet love. But whenever you make that connection, then that real connection, it's like where, like our life, we've done any places that we need some kind of healing to get done, we've had done, maybe our business, whatever our business ambitions are in place here, we're feeling stable. Once you start lining those stuff up, Leo, and those, and start making that space here, everything is going to fall into place here. That stairway that is leading up to your love here, to that one that you're looking for. So, and I feel like it's, it may not make sense now, but, when I say about making space, but just pay attention, when you start freeing up that stuff here, the universe responds in kinds and will start filling in those gaps for you, because that's what you're become a beacon now. You're beckoning these energies here. You want love. The universe is going to see where your vibrations at, and if we're lined up, love is going to come through here. So all right, that was a whole mouthful there. Let's get to your third card here, which is going to be your first impressions of this person. So hi, yourself. What's the first impression of this person here? Let's see. We've worked through some things. We've done some soul searching. We know we've discovered what we want and things. Let's see what our first impression is. Nice. You got the King of Swords in reverse, or excuse me, upright here. And with the King of Swords popping up, I feel like with this, this is going to be a person, kind of like what I was talking about here, a person who really knows what they want, that they're, very, they may be from the get-go, it's just like, yo, Leo, I've been looking for you. I've been wanting, like me, and I get very direct vibes, something like, and, this could be, this person could be very funny, very witty, because this is Gemini energy here. This is one of their cards. Gemini energy can be very quick, very fun, very kind of light, flighty, maybe, kind of energy here. So, I feel like this person, could be, could be a number of things, but also too, the King of Swords could also come across maybe like as a bit cold, and not in like they're going to be rude to you, Leo. But I feel like maybe they're. I don't want to say that they're not super emotional, but the King of Swords tend to be a little more logical than emotional. Maybe they're kind of more analytical here. But let's get a little bit more on that King of Swords, because I don't feel like this is necessarily a bad energy here. I just feel like this is someone who knows what they want, and yeah, let's get a little bit more on that here. Let's get a little bit more on that, Leo. Okay, yeah. You got the Page of Pentacles here. And so, yeah, I feel like this is someone, yeah, they're the types, like they give you, not only do you know what they want, but I feel like they're very grounded as well. Someone who's not afraid to, or who knows how to just like get things going. You know what I mean? Because the Page of Pentacles is about, kind of like that, taking something, whether it be love, business, whatever it is, and taking that initiative and, kind of getting that stuff, started here. So yeah, this person could be the one that comes up to you, Leo. I'm getting very kind of direct vibes here. So just kind of keep a lookout. This is cool here. I'm digging this energy so far. So let's get to your let's get to your fourth card here, which is going to be how they will affect you. So higher self. We've got impressions of this person. We've done some shadow work. Let's see how this thing will affect you so far. Nice. You got the Ten of Wands in reverse here, and I feel like with this, I like that, because the Ten of Wands is normally a card of like burdens, like you've got a lot on your plate here. You've been trucking through this thing. You've really been looking for love, and now I feel like you're going to get this sense of relief, because that's what the Ten of Wands is for me. It's just like that, finally, that you can just like relax. It's just been constant, just maybe go for a while. Maybe life's just been assaulting you here. Because you know what, Leo, when I think about too, you've had some pretty at least with my readings, you've had some pretty intense energy, it's been sort of touch and go the last few readings here. So I feel like, maybe this person too might come across like just really kind of like as a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really am getting that there's just a relief that's coming from this thing, whether you've been in a relationship for a little while, and I imagine if we're still in this relationship here, I hope we are still feeling that relief. And then if we're and let me say too, considering, since I brought up that stuff here, Leo, we don't want to go in a relationship. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but it's going to be, relationships get tricky if we go in if we haven't dealt with all this stuff here, whatever this may be, if we still have some like residual Ten of Wands stuff we're dealing with here. Or if we're like in the thick of it right now, if you're in a good place where you can manage this stuff here, then yeah, I say go for it. But you don't want to be in a place where you're trying to use relationships to heal you, because that's not fair to the person as well, because we're coming in, we want to come in to elevate each other. You don't want to come in thinking I'm like, and not that you're broken, Leo, but like that kind of sense. I feel like if we're in Ten of Wands, it's just like help. I feel broken. I feel this thing. Can you fix me? And then where they might be like, oh yeah, that's cool for a while, but then but then that's the foundation that you're built on. And again, things get kind of weird. So, but I just brought that up just because it popped in my head. But ultimately, I do feel like, that, if we going through if we're coming at this thing, both of you, from like a healed place here, I feel like there's going to be a burden released off of both of your shoulders here. I feel like this Wheel of Fortune here that may have been, that was in reverse here, I feel like could potentially turn upright here for you. But let's get to your fifth card here, which is going to be what kind of relationship this was kind of shaping up to be. So we got how you feel about it. Let's see how it's kind of coming together here. So higher self, excuse me, what kind of relationship will this be for Leo here? Let's see how this thing is shaping up for you there, Leo. Interesting. you got the Seven of Cups here, Leo. And I feel like with this popping up, maybe this is going to be going to come to a place where, interesting. I feel like I don't, how do I want to put that? I feel like because the Seven of Cups is normally a card of like having to make decisions, of just maybe being just kind of like inundated with options per se. So I feel like with this popping up here, maybe for some of you who are looking for relationships, I feel like maybe this is more so kind of applying for you. It's like maybe we're keeping our options open. Let's get a little bit more on that, Leo, because that's now we're taking a weird turn here. So higher self, can we clarify the Seven of Cups, please? Let's let's get a little bit more on that, Leo. You got your card here, Leo. You got the Strength card here. And you know what? Okay, that makes more sense. So I feel like with this, what kind of relationship this is going to be, I feel like this is going to be one where you're not going to have to pick between like whether between like your feelings and this other person's feelings here. I feel like this could potentially be a relationship where this is going to raise both of your confidence for the better. I feel like because that's what your card is about. It's about that strength, that courage, that drive, that pride. And I feel like with this, where we're just getting at a place where take it as it resonates. I hope this is where we're at, where it's like we're not sacrificing or putting our own stuff on the back burner here for someone else. We're at this place where we don't have to pick between stuff here. We're elevating together here, because when they win, you win, and vice versa here. I feel like that's how at least a healthy relationship works here. But well, now, and that's good, we got this thing worked out here, because now we got to get to some challenges, because with any good relationship, there's going to be some challenges along the way, Leo. So, hi, yourself. What are some obstacles that Leo might be facing at this time? Let's see. What are some possible hurdles that could be coming your way, Leo. Let's see what's going on with that. Oh, interesting. You got the Ace of Swords here. So now all of our clarity is gone. But, I feel like with this kind of popping up here, maybe we're just some obstacles. I feel like maybe it's just kind of like, maybe just like kind of understanding how we operate in this thing, how you and this person kind of operate, maybe, it might be maybe kind of rocky at first here, because I feel like you got a lot of, other than the Seven of Cups here, you got some big swords energy here, and you got some wands energy and like some pinnacle stuff. So it's like maybe we've been sort of like, been kind of like analyzing this thing quite a bit here. Maybe we're getting to this place where maybe where we need to kind of like feel this stuff out more. I feel like let's get a little bit more on that, Leo. Higher self, can we clarify the Ace of Swords here, because now I'm confused. Yeah, let's get a little bit more on that, Leo. Yeah, because I feel like it's just something that you're just like getting an understanding of each other. Oh, interesting. I love the Empress. Sorry, I lost all train of thought there. Now, if I wasn't confused before, now all thoughts just fell out the window here, because with the Empress, maybe, yeah, I feel like with this, the obstacle is going to be, I feel like kind of like how you operate kind of as a family unit here. How you, I don't want to say how you nurture, kind of like how you nurture each other here, because the Empress, when I think about like relationships and stuff, the Empress is she's very loving energy. She's Venus. So if anyone is going to be, about love, it's the Empress. And I just feel like, maybe with this thing, the obstacle is just like kind of understanding maybe how you love, maybe understanding like each other's love languages, And this could be too, because the Empress is like, as you can see here, she's pregnant with the world. So this could also be too, maybe we don't understand where we're at with as far as like family. Maybe we're, take that as it resonates. That could be something too, where that could be where something is getting hiccup and we're trying to get clarity on that. So Yeah, I hope that makes sense, Leo. But yeah, that's where I feel like it's something along the lines of like our feelings or our family or something along those lines. So take that as it resonates, Leo. But let's go ahead and get to your seventh card here, which is going to be some possible outcomes. So higher self. What are some outcomes that what are some possible outcomes that Leo can expect from this situation here? Let's see what's going on with that. Interesting. You got the Ten of Swords here. And you know what? Ultimately, I dig that. Because you know what? Right now, depending on where we're at, I'm not sure. Let's start with if we're in a relationship. Well, you know what? No, this will apply for both. Because I feel like with the Ten of Swords, this is a card of kind of like hitting rock bottom. The Ten of Swords can be like, you feel like this is like there's like no way out. And I don't feel like it's like necessarily in this relationship here. I feel like the outcome is going to be that you're going to start letting go. That you realize that maybe this maybe with this place, how I was talking about at the beginning, where it's like where maybe if we've been betrayed in the past, that or, where maybe just like, life stuff, whatever has been going on, I feel like the outcome is going to possibly be, it could be some letting go here. It could, Leo, this is a tricky one here, let's, because now let's get a little bit more on that, Leo. Because normally the ten of Swords for me is just like, it's a card of, where we've hit the bottom, but the nice thing with the Ten of Swords is there's only going up from here. But let's get a little bit more on that. Okay, yeah, you got the Six of Cups here, and so I feel like with this, maybe with this thing. We've worked through some stuff here, it's been good for a while, and then when we hit that obstacle, whatever, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with what I was talking about. If we hit an obstacle here, maybe we can get to this place where we can really start to doubt some things, maybe we start thinking like because the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia and kind of like past thinking and stuff like that. So I feel like, maybe if we get in this place of like, well, oh crap, well, maybe I was right, maybe this thing isn't meant to be, I'll never find love. If we get in that weird kind of place, then yeah, Ten of Swords is going to be the outcome here. We're not going to feel like we're at rock bottom here. But the nice thing I feel like with this card, Leo, which is why I'm kind of on the fence about it, because this is Gemini's card here. And I say that because when we think about the Ten of Swords and we think about rock bottom, come at it with that dual mind there, because you can think about it as you're never going to find love again. This is going to be it. You're just going to stay stuck in this pit. Or we can come at it, we've done that dance. Let's try come at it from a different perspective, like it's going to take some time, but I'm going to heal. I'm going to take these steps here, or, if this is a fight that's happening, like, hey, like this isn't over. We had a little bit of a disagreement. Let me kind of, cool my head and then come at this so we can talk again like this about this like adults, so that we can come at it from, like a cool-headed place here. So, yeah, Leo, I feel like with this, the outcome, and I know that's, not the greatest answer, but it's going to be ultimately up to you how this thing goes here, however you navigate this energy, because I feel like there could be some good stuff coming from here, but, it's going to be, the ball's in both of your courts, at the end of the day. However you decide to play this game is going to be up to you too. So, let's get to your eighth card here. So, higher self, the eighth card is going to be how this will ultimately affect you. So higher self, how will this ultimately affect Leo at this time? Let's see how this will ultimately affect you here, Leo. Interesting. You got the Devil here, Leo. And I feel like with this, okay, so that kind of, this makes sense. Because I feel like, if we're any kind of, because the Devil, when I think about like, the Devil has an interesting way of promoting growth. The Devil likes to pull up, any kind of like Ten of Swords, any sort of feelings we may have, like from Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, and it's just like poking you a little bit with that stuff. It's like, okay, you've said you've healed, but let's see it. Like the devil wants results. It wants follow through, and I feel like this is going to keep you. This is going to be at a place where it's going to, I feel like it's going to strengthen you overall, Capricorn, or excuse me, this is Capricorn's card, that's why I said that, Leo. But I feel like this is going to affect you ultimately, Leo, by testing you with those doubts. It's going to test your confidence here. If we're doubting this relationship, whether we're doubting how our person is, ourselves, I feel like this is going to really test you here, and I don't really feel like in a bad way, Leo. It's not like this is like lessons are trying to be forced upon you here, but it's just like I feel like the devil just wants to remind us to make sure that we're in a good place, that we're not ignoring this stuff here, so that if anything, it's almost like validation that we've gotten over whatever vice, or whatever thing that might have been holding us down in the past. That's what the devil's about. The devil is not meant there to bring you down or to just make you feel crappy. The devil does it. Thank you, devil. That was nice. I feel like the devil really does just want confirmation that you're feeling good, that you're in a good place, Leo, to move forward here. And if not, figure out where we can strengthen this, where we can refine this stuff here, so that you can be the best version of you going through life and in a relationship here. So, yeah, I know I kind of got all up in there, but I hope this makes sense, Leo. This reading is taking a turn, but I do feel like there's wisdom to be gotten from here. But let's get to your last card here, which is going to be what you will learn. So, higher self, what is it that Leo can learn from this thing here? Let's see. Let's see what nugget of wisdoms are coming from here, Leo. Because I tell you what, I learned quite a bit here. Interesting. You got the Nine of Pentacles here. And I feel like with this, the Nine of Pentacles for me is it can be a card of wealth, a card of just like, I really feel like it's like about, you're getting your abundance, and, it's like, in celebrating that this is what you've made here. This isn't just like abundance that's just like fallen out of the sky. This is something that you've worked on here. And I feel like this is something that, I feel like this Nine of Pentacles in reverse is kind of tying in with this Devil card here, in the sense of just like, wealth. I feel like wealth comes in many forms here. Let's get a little bit more on that here. Now you're throwing me curveballs, Leo, which you know what? I'm not mad at. I am not mad at all, because you know what? It's one thing to have to try to read the energy you're giving me, but it's another to be in it, Leo. So yeah, let's get a little bit more on this Nine of Pentacles here. Higher self, can we clarify that Nine of Pentacles? Okay. You got the Four of Swords here, and the Four of Swords is a card of like rest, getting your mind right, getting your head right, and all this stuff here. And I feel like with this, maybe with this Nine of Pentacles here, let's go ahead and switch back over. Maybe with this Nine of Pentacles here, I feel like maybe it's about if we feel that, again, that maybe things aren't going our way, if it's just been, because this is. With it being in reverse, maybe we're not feeling as stable. Maybe we feel like we haven't gotten those victories. We're kind of almost really kind of synonymous with this, with the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse here. You've been just kind of been feeling maybe unlucky here, or whatever that is. I feel like the Four of Swords popping up here is just kind of reminding us to kind of when you're feeling in that energy, sit with that for a minute, because that's those devil moments coming out of here. We're trying to get you to where you can get your abundance here in love, in life, and all of that. And so, yeah, when you're feeling challenged or anything like that, or in the stuff here, just kind of sit with that, because I have a lot of Leo in my chart, so I don't have it in my sun placement, so that I can't relate there, but I know. that sometimes when you get in that frustrated energy, that lion energy burns hot. You know, it's that sun energy. You know, you can get really frustrated, and then we get reactive, and just things don't go well. Let me wrap this up. Let me bring this home. Just kind of be when you're in those feelings, Leo, just kind of be with them. Give them the space so that you can heal from this stuff, because if you ignore these things, then your relationship gets weird. You know, all this weirdness, because it's like we had a good start, but then it just kind of, you know, it took a weird turn at the end there. So I feel like I'm trying to force it, so I'm gonna leave that there. But you know, if this is resonating with you, I hope you found some nuggets of wisdom out of there. But give that a thumbs up if you liked it. I know it was kind of a weak ending there, but yeah, that was unusual, Leo. What else do you do? Share this thing. It's like what do we do, Leo? I'm still trying to process this. Share this thing if you know someone who might be going through this stuff here. Sorry, Leo. I just feel like there's something else. I'm looking at this Seven of Cups strength card here. Your card. I part of me wants to say, higher self is kind of telling me to say maybe two for some of you. Take it as it resonates, that if you have to pick between yourself or something else, pick yourself. You know, that's again, that's not going to resonate for everybody, but that just it was looking at me in a way, you know, can't explain it, but intuition stuff. But you know, if it comes to my head, it feels like it's worth mentioning. Where was I at? Subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I release videos each week. I'm all on Facebook. And lastly, if you have any cancer in your placements, or maybe you're dealing with the cancer, or come check out the Charity and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday, discuss lunar shenanigans, all that housekeeping in the description box below. But let's get your surprise card so I can get you out of here. Okay, Leo, you got the Eight of Cups in reverse here. And so, Leo, I don't know what's going on. You know, there's been a lot of, it's the energy for all of your readings has really been kind of just like, it's been kind of tipping towards the lower end, but it's been sort of like waxing and waning in a degree. And I feel like there's some stuff that needs to be dealt with, you know, that we might need to, because the Eight of Swords in reverse, I feel like it's like, you know, we're refusing to let things go. You know, we're not moving on from something here. And if we take that into relationship, from relationship to relationship, then, you know, you're going to see a pattern here. You know, if we keep missing, you know, if we've been feeling like that Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles combo in reverse here, it's, you know, I feel like it's time to switch things up about how we're going about stuff. You know, it's time to address some things and figure out what's got you in this funk, you know. Because again, like whatever it is, it's not happening for you just, you know, just because it's random. You know, the universe is just trying to keep you down. But there's a transformation or something going on here, Leo. So when you get some time with that, you know, kind of contemplate this stuff here. You know, how your relationships are looking, just how you're looking in life. Just make sure that we're doing okay. You know, and that we're not that we're taking the, you know, that we're not staying stuck in the past. That we're getting the lessons from this stuff here. We're Hierophant. We get the lessons from this stuff here, then we become wiser from it, you know, and we're elevating from this thing. You know, last thing, and I'm gonna get you out of here. Empress. And I mean Empress in the sense of self-care. Make sure to take care of yourself through life, you know, life in general, but especially when we're dealing with some Ten of Swords, because even this energy's all over the place. So I'll leave that there, Leo. Stay safe out there. You know how I've been, you know, and you know, if we still need assistance raising that vibration, you know I'm there for you, Leo. You know I got your back. And I will catch you on the next one later.